Hey guys, this is part two of our webinar series, Singing with Confidence, and now we're going to talk about song choice. Now, whenever someone asks you to sing a song, what is the first thing you have to think of? What am I going to sing? And a lot of the times we either back out of singing in front of people or singing alone because we're not prepared or we don't have a repertoire of songs that best show off our voices and our abilities as singers. So I would like to talk about how to pick the right song and some red flags to look for when you're singing a song. You're like, is this right for me? So first, discover your range. There's a webinar series that I've done earlier this year, which specifically shows you how to find your range. The range is simply just how low and high you sing. And everything that I'm sharing, I share with my students as well. So discover your range as a singer. Where is the lowest note and your highest note? And then what is your prima voce? The prima voce is where your voice naturally sits when you're singing a song. So, and it feels the most comfortable in that range. It's also your prime voice is what that is for. So once you discovered your range and you located where your prima voce is, then the next step is to search up songs or research songs in the style and the genre that best fits your prima voce. For example, there is multiple singers such as if your range is higher, a higher soprano, like Beyonce, Ariana Grande, would be choices, songs to sing in that choice. And other lower timbres, I would suggest Adele, Billie Eilish, um, as well as Whitney Houston. So many choices, so many. I do want to say that as what I've noticed in um, choosing pop songs is that you want to try to stay away from singers and artists that have a thin sounding tone or raspy tone um, because of the style. Okay, so discover your range. You found your prima voce. Now we need to decide what kind of style or genre am I best suited for. I tell my students always learn and perform a song for performance that you know and love. Because if you love the song and you're familiar with the song, then a lot of the anxieties about preparation will slowly fade away. So yeah, so genre and style that fits you. Red flags to look for in song choice. So I'm going to do a very um I'm going to use an example, sorry, of one of the songs that is the most chosen song in my class when we do performance practice, and that is Beyonce's Halo. And I always use this as an example as how to know if a song is either out of your range, if you're displaying vocal fry. Vocal fry, just as a reminder, is when your voice is when you're putting pressure, so much pressure on your larynx that it creates this raspy, rattling sound. So that's vocal fry. So I tell my students, when you get down to that vocal fry or you hear it, then you're out of your range. So I have the student sing the a general part of the beginning song, the general part of the song, so the beginning of the song. We're listening for vocal fry, we're listening for their attacks in their lines. So for the Halo, remember those walls I built, maybe they're tumbling down. Didn't even put up a fight, they didn't even make a sound. And that happens to 90% of my young singers because of the range. And so completely bottom out. So that is not the song choice for them. Aspirated attack, when they're starting the pitches or starting when they're singing and it is there's this air before there actually is the tone. Not a good song for you. If you have to tighten or tightening and shortening of the throat and neck to produce pitches. So tightening and lengthening of the neck or shortening of the throat. So if it's too high, especially for my young male singers, lengthening up the neck here, which is a sign of lack of throat support, and then or shortening the neck for my female singers, trying to get those low notes out. Okay, so these are red flags or signs to say that this song is not for me. Okay, when you're picking a song, it needs to have a development. So the song needs to go from the an introduction to your voice, where the song grows and that you gain more confidence as you get more into the one. And it shows your range. It should show your range, show your ability. Do not choose songs that have a lot of runs in them. Do not try to add extra runs to songs it wasn't written that way. As well as when you have an opportunity to listen to the song, listen to multiple. I always tell my students, listen to the original song, but also listen to multiple performances, so that you can not only critique those, but also critique yours as well. So song choice is extremely, extremely important when it comes to singing, performing in front of people confidently. Make sure that vocal wise, it is good for your voice. There's no vocal fry, no bottoming out. There aren't any aspirated or even glottal attacks, and you're not lengthening and tightening your throat and your neck or shortening it to produce those pitches.